Hi guys, this is Sadik from Dropin.com, and in this video, we'll show you how to flash a custom ROM using its payload.bin file. So, as you might be aware, most of the times a custom ROM comes in a zip file. You could simply flash the zip file via a custom recovery like PWRP or OrangeFox. Simply flash the ROM via that recovery and the ROM will be flashed onto your phone. Then in some cases, apart from the ROM zip file, you will also get a few partition IMG file. For example, in case of Lineage OS Sierra Droid Evolution X, or apart from the ROM zip file, you will get a few partition file which are in the IMG format. So you will also have to flash these IMG files in the fastboot mode to get the job done, and then your task stands complete. Then there exists a third method. In the third method, you will only get a ROM zip file, but in those cases, the phone does not have any custom recovery whatsoever. So in the first case, although there was just a ROM zip file, but those phones had a TWRP or OrangeFox. For example, Mini, Xiaomi and Poco phone, they have their ROM in a zip format, but they also have a custom recovery. So you could easily flash the ROM via the recovery. But in case of Pixel phone, for instance, such as the Pixel 6, 7 or 8 series, in all the Pixel phones that have a 10th chipset, so none of these phones have a custom recovery. So even though if your phone has a custom ROM in a zip format, you will not be able to flash it. So most of the ROM developers, what they do is simply launch a fastboot made ROM for the phone. But even then, you might come across a few ROMs that are in a zip format. For example, I came across this Infinity X ROM. So this ROM is in a zip format, as you could see, but since our phone does not have a recovery, there is no custom recovery for our phone. So how could we flash this ROM file? Well, in this video, I'll show you how to get this job done. So please take a backup of all the data on your phone, and then let's get started. Again, I'm repeating, if your phone has a custom recovery, then simply flash the ROM via that custom recovery. This is only for those phones that just have one single zip file and they don't have any custom recovery whatsoever, such as the Pixel phone. In case your ROM has an IMG files as well, then also you can easily flash those files. But in some cases, there is no IMG file and likewise there is no custom recovery. So on those phones, this video will come in handy. So once you have taken the backup, let's get started and I'll show you how to flash the ROM via the payload bin file. So in this regard, your first course of action is to, in short, what you have to do is, let me show you. First off, get hold of the Android SDK platform tools. You may get it from my guide and extract them onto your PC. You may extract them anywhere you want. In my case, I've done the extraction in C drive, and these are the files for platform tools. Once that is done, you will now have to enable USB debugging and OEM unlocking. USB debugging is required for ADB commands, whereas OEM unlocking is required to unlock the bootloader on your phone. So let's now enable both this toggle. So go to settings menu, then go to about phone and tap on build number 7 times. You will get a prompt that you are now a developer. So go back, then go to system, and you should now see developer option. Go there and enable the toggle next to OEM unlocking as well as USB debugging. You will now get a prompt on your phone. Tap on OK. You might get an RC key prompt as well. Again, tap on allow, and with this, debugging is now enabled. Let's verify the same. So go to platform 2 folder address bar, type in CMD and hit enter. This will launch command prompt inside platform tools. Now type in ADB devices and make sure that you're getting an ID. If you are not getting any ID, so let's wait for a few seconds. So if you are not getting any ID, then unplug and replug your phone from the PC. Disable and re-enable USB debugging. Tap on revoke USB debugging. Use the official USB cable that came with your phone and use the USB 2.0 port on your PC. So carry out this USB tweaks and make sure that you're getting an ID. Once you're getting this ID, your next course of action is to unlock the bootloader on your phone. Do know that unlocking will wipe off all the data and it might make the warranty null and void as well. If that's well and good, you could refer to our guide and the video and get this job done. So for unlocking, you will have to boot your phone to fastboot mode. Once your phone is in the fastboot mode, simply use the fastboot flashing unlock command, and once you use that command, you will then get a prompt on your phone. So use the volume keys to highlight unlock the bootloader and then press the power key to confirm. Once that is done, the bootloader will be unlocked. Once you have unlocked the bootloader, again your phone will boot to the OS. So make sure to re-enable USB debugging. Once that is done, you will now have to get hold of the ROM file for your phone. So as of now, you will only get the ROM zip file. Let me show you. For instance, I'm using the Project Infinity ROM and I only have the zip file. So what you have to do is extract the zip file and then you will get a couple of files as shown here. As of now, we only require the payload bin file, and then we'll have to extract this bin file. For extraction of this bin file, you will need to have the fastboot enhanced folder tool. So let me show you. This is the fastboot enhanced tool. So get the tool from here and extract them onto your PC. Upon extraction, you will get the following files. Now what you have to do is transfer the payload.bin file from the ROM inside the fastboot enhanced folder. So this is the fastboot enhanced folder after extraction, and this is the payload bin file of the ROM file. So now launch the fastboot enhanced tool via the exe file. So this is the tool, launch it. Go to payload dumper, click on browse, then select the payload bin file, click on open, then go to the partition tab, and now you will have to check mark and extract only those partitions that are required for flashing a custom ROM on your phone. So this usually varies depending on the phone, but in most cases you require the boot, the DTBO, and the vendor boot. I am again repeating, it's not a universal approach, but in most cases these are the three files. In some cases you might also need the VBM at a vendor, but that's rare. In most cases it's a vendor boot, the boot, and the DTBO. So choose all these three partitions, check mark allow incremental, then click on extract image, and then let's choose a location for that. So extract it inside the platform tools folder on your PC. So let me choose the platform tools, click on OK, and all these three files will now be extracted, which will take only a few seconds. Click on OK, and now let me show you. As you could see, I have got the boot, DTBO, and vendor boot. Likewise, you will have to transfer the ROM file inside the platform tools as well, but make sure to transfer the ROM zip file inside the platform tools and not the extracted file. So this is the ROM zip file, transfer it inside the platform tools as well. So as of now, you should have the boot, DTBO, vendor boot, and the ROM zip file inside platform tools. So with this, we are done with the setup, and now we could start with the flashing process. So let me show you. We are done with it, and now let's get started with the flashing. Even though you are aware of the flashing, I'll still show you once again how to get this job done. So first off, let's boot our phone to the fastboot mode. So type in adb reboot bootloader and hit enter, and your phone will now reboot into fastboot mode. It will take only a few seconds, so let's just wait for that to happen. And once your phone is in the fastboot mode, you will have to type in fastboot devices and hit enter, and make sure that you are getting an ID. If you are not getting any ID, then you will have to install fastboot drivers on your PC. So I made a separate guide and a video on the same. You could refer to our guide and the video and get this job done. Once you have installed the drivers, right click on the Windows icon and choose device manager, then expand the Android phone section and make sure that your phone is being shown as Android bootloader interface. So this, as well as the serial ID next to fastboot, signify that your PC is able to read the phone in fastboot mode, and we are now good to go ahead. So now that we are in the fastboot mode and we have all the files, we could now flash this file in the CMD window. So simply you may copy the command from here and paste it in the CMD window. So let's copy the first command, paste it here. It will take a few seconds for that to happen. Likewise, let's copy the second command, paste it here as well, and hit enter. Finally, let's flash the third vendor boot, which will usually has the recovery, and hit enter. And with this, we have flashed all the three files, and now we could boot our phone to the newly flashed recovery. So type in fastboot reboot recovery, and your phone will now reboot to the AOSP recovery. Depending on the ROM which you have flashed, your phone should now reboot to that recovery. So let's wait for a few more seconds. The first boot up might take up some additional time, which is completely normal, and these flashing steps are generic. There might be a little bit difference on some other phones, but usually in most cases this is what you have to do. Once you have flashed all the files, you will now have to do a format data. Do know that this will wipe off all the data from your phone. Moreover, in most cases the touch might not work. This is completely normal and nothing to worry about. Simply use the volume keys to highlight factory reset and press the power key to confirm. Again press the power key to confirm. Again choose format data and press the power key to confirm. And with this, the format data is now complete, and now you may flash the file. So use the volume key to highlight the back arrow and press the power key to confirm. Now select apply update, then choose apply from ADB, and your phone is now in the ADB sideload mode. Let's verify the same. So type in ADB devices and make sure that you're getting an ID. As you could see, we are now getting an ID. So now you may sideload the ROM zip file. For the ease of convenience, let's rename the file to something shorter. So let's rename it to ROM, and the complete name becomes rom.zip, and you will now do the sideload. So type in adb sideload rom.zip and hit enter, and the flashing will now start, which will take up to around 6 to 8 minutes or even longer, depending on the ROM which you are flashing and whether your ROM has a GApps or not. And if it has a GApps, then it will also depend on the type of GApps the ROM has. There are quite a few variants of GApps, from core GApps, basic GApps to full GApps. So depending on the GApp packages, or if your ROM is vanilla build, the flashing usually takes up to around 6 to 8 minutes. So let's just wait for the flashing to complete, and then I'll show you that my phone will boot to the OS. So let's wait for that to happen. So guys, the ROM flashing is now complete. Now you might get a warning sign, and it will ask if you want to flash any other zip file or not. So if you want to flash any other zip file, then tap on yes. Then your phone will reboot to the recovery, and then you may do an ADB sideload of the required zip file. Just make sure to transfer the zip file inside the platform root folder, and then you may do an ADB sideload. On the other hand, if you don't want to flash any other zip file, then just tap on no and select reboot to system, and your phone will boot to the OS. So again, I'm repeating, if you want to flash any zip file, then tap on yes. Your phone will reboot to recovery, and then you may do an ADB sideload of the required zip file. On the other hand, if you don't want to flash any other zip file, then just select the no option. And finally, your phone should now reboot to the OS. If that does not happen, then select reboot system now, and your phone will now reboot to the newly flashed OS. Always keep in mind that the first boot up will take up some additional time frame. That is completely normal and nothing to worry about. Let's just see and wait for the boot animation to appear, which will signify that the flashing has been done successfully. So give me a few more seconds, and then we will verify the result as well. And as you could see, this is the boot animation. So guys, the flashing has been done. So just to recall, there exist 3 types of ROM. In the first case, you get a ROM zip file that you could easily flash via a recovery like TWRP or Orange Fox. In the second case, you get a ROM zip file, and along with that you get a few IMG files as well. So even if your phone does not have a recovery, you must simply flash all these files via the IMG fastboot mode and get the job done. Then there exists a third method. In the third case, there is just a single ROM zip file, and those phone even does not have a recovery file. For instance, such as the Pixel series. So as you could see, in this ROM there is just one ROM zip file, and there is no recovery file and no IMG file as well. So for those phone, you just have to extract the zip file. You will get a payload.bin file inside that. Extract the payload.bin file, get hold of the boot, vendor boot and GTBO, then flash all these 3 files in fastboot mode, and then flash the ROM file via the AOSP recovery and using the ADB sideload method. And with this, as you could see, we are now inside the ROM. You must set up the ROM and get the job done. Again, I'm repeating, in some cases you might require a few additional files. You will have to keep a note of that from any other custom ROM if you have flash via fastboot. So keep a note and verify that all the files that are required. In most cases, you only require the boot, DTBO and vendor boot. In rare cases, you might also require a VB meta file. So verify from any other custom ROM. But in most cases, these 3 files will get the job done. So guys, on that note, I round off this video. If you have any queries with regard to any of the steps, do let me know your phone name and the ROM that you are flashing, and I'll get back to you with a solution at the earliest. And thanks a lot for watching.